Outside we go. Adam Joseph live along City Avenue. Adam, we've all been looking at the radar.
Yeah.
Lots of red on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of red, and it continues to expand and really rapidly move from the west to the east. So they should arrive in our area starting in the Lehigh Valley around 6:30 and then continue through the midnight hour into southern New Jersey and Delaware. 93 right now. It is very humid and oppressively humid with that dew point of 72 degrees, wind southwesterly 14, and the pressure 29.66. As we take a look at Storm Tracker 6 Live 3D with our 1 million watts of power, again, we are in the clear for the next at least couple of hours for most of our area. As you can see, not much activity on our local radar. It's the heat index that's driving these storms to turn severe, because when you have a heat index of 104 in Reading, 101 in Philadelphia, 104 in Dover, the atmosphere is super saturated with not only moisture, but a lot of instability. So as these storms are marching in, you're noticing all the yellow boxes near State College. The yellow boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings, meaning that there is destructive winds pushing with this line. Where you have red boxes off to the north, those are tornado warnings, and a lot of lightning being released. And one thing we're watching with this storm as it's pushing to the east, it's starting to take some characteristics of the derecho. And if you remember that word, that term in southern New Jersey about a month ago, it did blast through southern New Jersey. So that's something we'll have to follow with Future Tracker 6 at 6 o'clock as they arrive in the Lehigh Valley, then through the I-95 corridor around 9 o'clock tonight, and then by midnight starting to push into southern New Jersey and southern Delaware. Here's the severe thunderstorm watch, meaning there's the potential for severe weather for all of Pennsylvania, also Gloucester, Camden County, Burlington County, Ocean County. Right now it does not include most of our shore locations, but if you were to get a storm at the shore, it would be very late tonight when everyone's off the beach. But we're looking at gusty winds over 70 miles an hour, large hail, and some vivid lightning. And some lightning statistics for you. It all depends on your location, where many folks are injured or also can be perished by lightning strikes. 54% of them are in fields, baseball parks, also in golf courses. So up in the Lehigh Valley this evening, if you start to hear thunder, get inside under trees, 23%, and on beach and boats around 12%. The excessive heat now has been extended until 6 o'clock tomorrow night with the warnings and the advisory. So again, tomorrow, the heat index will excel over 100 degrees, especially south of Philadelphia. You see 106 in Wildwood tomorrow at 4:30 in the afternoon, 107 in Dover, 93 in Philadelphia. So another uncomfortable day is on tap for tomorrow. Tonight, those severe storms, it'll be warm, it'll be oppressively humid, 73 to 77 degrees in your 4-day at 4. Could be another active day with thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon with that oppressive heat and humidity at 93 degrees, and still an active day on Saturday with showers and thunderstorms at 89 degrees, and then 86 as we clear things out on Sunday, partly sunny, and then Monday sun and clouds, not bad, at 88 degrees. Charlene, when we step back inside, we'll talk about that moderate risk because they just expanded it for the southern parts of our area. We'll have much more on that in the next half hour in that 7-day forecast.
All right, Adam, thank you for that.
Begin now with an AccuWeather alert and the threat of severe storms.
No sign of what's to come just yet as we take a live look at Penn's Landing right now, but that is expected to change within the next few hours.
That's right. Meteorologist Adam Joseph at the big board now tracking this weather as it moves in. And Adam, what's the word?
Yeah, we had that jump in the heat and humidity from yesterday to today, a cold front arriving from the west. The two of them coming together is what is causing the severe weather to outbreak, and especially in the central parts of Pennsylvania right now. But before that pushes in, we are baking at 93 in Philadelphia, 95 in Dover, right now 93 at Atlantic City, and even the Lehigh Valley into the lower 90s. You factor in that oppressive humidity, it feels more like 104 in Reading, 101 in Philadelphia, 104 in Dover. So with all of that moisture in the air, and the air so hot, it is supercharged right now as these storms are arriving. So Storm Tracker 6 Live 3D will show a lot going on. All the yellow boxes ahead of this line are severe thunderstorm watches, which does include most of our area until 11 o'clock tonight. The tornado watches are far to the north of the Poconos, but this line, as it's moving in from the west, has proven to have some very vivid lightning and also some destructive winds as it's passing away from Pittsburgh and State College. So the Storm Prediction Center, which is in Norman, Oklahoma, watches the severe weather across the entire country. Whenever they put anyone in the country under a moderate risk for severe weather, they're saying, okay, bells and whistles are going off. The atmosphere right now is conducive for any storms to turn super severe, and it has now been extended. Earlier this afternoon, the moderate risk was only just south of Philadelphia. It's now been extended through most of southern New Jersey and parts of Dover. So damaging winds, large hail and lightning will move with these storms. And they were also talking that there's the possibility that this line is starting to show characteristics of a derecho. And if you remember back on June 29th in southern New Jersey, when we had all of those trees down, that people didn't have power for a week, a lot of electric wires down, it is possible that this storm could turn into one of those. It's not definite, but it's possible. And that would be with a derecho, damaging winds covering a swath of 250 miles as it passes from the west to the east. So the storm timeline for us in the northwest suburbs between 5:30 and 7:30. The I-95 corridor, expect them between 7:30 and 9:30. Southern New Jersey and Delaware, not until after the 9:30 hour. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at radar, Charlene, and we'll also take a look at that 7-day forecast as well for you.
All right, thanks so much, Adam.
Adam Joseph back with this busy guy right now. The atmosphere absolutely perfect for some really bad conditions.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the extreme heat and humidity, a front arriving now. If we were very lucky, these storms would start to fall apart as they push in. That's something we're going to have to track as those storms continue to march into our area. But right now on Storm Tracker 6 Live 3D, as we scan our area with 1 million watts of power, you see some reds and yellows starting to pop to the north and west of Pottsville. And if we go a little closer to street level, you see one random downpour thunderstorm that has erupted far from the line, east of the line, from Mount Pocono through Lake Harmony. But there you can see the line starting to approach the Poconos and to the north of the Lehigh Valley with a lot of lightning strikes. You see there's one, there's another. They're instantaneous with this line. And to the northern part of the line, there's a possible tornado that touched down in Elmira, New York, near Binghamton, where numerous roofs were ripped off of the homes and many trees were uprooted. So this line does mean business as it's passing to the east. 104 the heat index right now in Reading, 101 in Philadelphia, 104 in Dover. So the atmosphere supercharged with the intense humidity and the heat. The National Weather Service has a severe thunderstorm watch up until 11 o'clock tonight. A watch means the potential is there for storms that fire up to turn severe for all of Pennsylvania. Also Gloucester County, Camden County, Burlington County, Ocean County. And again, any of the storms, very dangerous winds, large hail, and very vivid lightning. There's the line. Earlier this morning, some of us got a quick downpour. That was the warm front that passed through. And then the sunshine broke out late in the morning, early in the afternoon. Now all the watch boxes are posted as the line continues to march in very quickly at speeds of 45, 50 miles an hour. So Future Tracker 6 around 6 o'clock. That's when we'll start to push into the northwestern parts of our viewing area of the Lehigh Valley and Berks County. Then around the 8:30, 9 o'clock along the I-95 corridor, and that continues through 11 o'clock as it starts to sink into southern New Jersey and Delaware. So what is going on with these gusty thunderstorms that turn severe? Well, we have what is known in the atmosphere as an updraft. When you have the atmosphere as hot as it is today, hot air is very buoyant and light. So those updrafts raise into the atmosphere. As it starts to condense and form the clouds and the storms, well, what goes up must come down. So all of those winds in the updraft then turn into a downdraft, which becomes a downburst, where you get those very cold winds out of the thunderstorm that rush out and tend to get to speeds of near 70 miles an hour. And also it brings down the hail because the winds are so strong coming down. All the hail in the atmosphere starts to reach the ground with the dangerous lightning and, of course, the soaking downpours. So severe thunderstorms around tonight. Warm, muggy, 73 to 77 in the exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Tomorrow's still an unsettled day. Same thing on Saturday. There could be numerous downpours and thunderstorms around in the afternoon with upper 80s to low 90s. Tomorrow heat indices over 100 again. And then we start to really dry out the atmosphere and quiet things down the second half of the weekend at 86 degrees for Sunday. A nice start to the week, Monday, 88, and then it turns more humid. Again, those afternoon thunderstorms Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll be watching the line for you this evening. And again, cross the fingers that the line starts to fall apart. But if it doesn't, watch out for some very destructive winds.
All right, Adam, thanks so much. Yeah. We know you'll be watching.
meteorologist Cecily Tynan with this AccuWeather update on the storms that are rolling across our region. A severe thunderstorm warning now extends into South Jersey. Camden, Gloucester, Ocean and Burlington County, as well as Mercer, all under the severe thunderstorm warning. And Storm Tracker 6 live showing that the leading edge of this cold front, the squall line, is moving now into New Jersey. It's moving very quickly east at 55 miles per hour. So these are the communities that will be getting hit momentarily. Mount Holly, Mount Laurel, you'll be getting it within seconds. Lumberton at 8:01, Marlton, Wrightstown, and Medford. So if you live in those communities, you do want to seek shelter immediately. Philadelphia currently is getting some real heavy downpours indicated by the orange. We do have some lightning strikes, but the main concern with these storms has been the winds. We've had wind reports up to about 60 miles per hour. Frankfurt right now, some heavy downpours. Palmyra is moving along I-95. The heaviest has been around the Trenton region as far as the downpours. You can see indicated on the red, again moving eastward at 50 miles per hour. Trenton, some heavy downpours. Lawrence, Windsor, Yardley right now, everything is beginning to lessen there as the rain begins to get a little bit more moderate. Want to zoom in, though, over Chester County, where we have had reports of some power outages. Westchester, some heavy downpours also rolling through Downingtown. I'll have a full report coming up on Action News. Stay tuned here on 6 ABC for updates throughout the hours.